Am I on?
Yep.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, council members. Lieutenant Strangfield, Clackamas County Sheriff's Office, your Chief of Police for Damascus. I was asked to come tonight to answer any questions that you may have in regards to your meetings and us being present at your meetings and what enforcement action we may or may not be taking at those meetings, if asked to. So I'm at your disposal to answer those questions.
Yeah, last meeting, council meeting, there were two officers at the beginning, and the tensions increased, and I was a little surprised that they left in the middle of the meeting. As you could see, the tensions, and some of the people in the audience weren't, I was asking them to stop and to not interrupt, and they weren't listening to me, so I had no real enforcement arm at that time. When I ask somebody to leave the meeting and they don't leave, what do I do?
Well, the enforcement arm is here to enforce criminal activity. So your meeting, in a sense, is a public forum. So we're not here to be censors in people's freedom of speech at your public forum, for sure. If there's being a crime being committed, people are being harassed, assaulted, physically intimidated, we'd certainly take enforcement action as required. I think you, as the council, have to have a decision on whether or not you have the authority or want to place the authority on yourself to trespass people from your meeting. And then we would have legal authority to then remove them. But with that, I would give high caution in doing that. We, as the police, have authority to enforce laws that say things on the books such as intimidation by word or conduct, but those have been found to be unconstitutional, thus we don't enforce them. So just a person being here saying things that you don't like to hear is not something that we would want to help you enforce. Certainly if they're disrupting your meeting to the point where you felt that they need to be trespassed from your meeting, I think that the council will need to make the decision on what they want to do with that and whether or not we would want to take enforcement action. I can tell you that Sunrise Water meetings, Board of County Commissioners, and other things that the Sheriff's Office are involved with, where there's been disruption, the advice always to council first is that the council adjourns their meeting to take a break so that the police can then talk with people.
Recess or adjourn?
Yeah, correct, sorry. Recess and take a break so that there can be a time for people to calm down and you can do your city business, rather than us just being potentially used to censor people's freedom of speech, which is not what we want to do.
That's correct, yeah. The public testimony and all that, everything in order, that's